We're going to take a look at making friendly numbers for mental addition. So we need to think about what is a friendly number. And a friendly number is just a number that's easy to work with. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to teach our students to make these friendly numbers so that they can add mentally. Typically, I say multiples of 10 and multiples of 100 are friendly numbers. Whatever makes it easy for you to work with, that's your friendly number. All right, so how are we going to do that? We are going to compose and decompose numbers. So we're going to put them together and take them apart so that we can have friendly numbers to work with and then use those properties of additions that we're already familiar with. All right, so let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, what we have here is 184 plus 499. Now that 499 is just one away from the friendly number of 500. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decompose my 184 into 183 and 1. Okay, and now I can add 499 to that 1, make that friendly 500, and the problem I have to work now is 183 plus 500, which is 683. And I did that by making a friendly number. Let's look at another one. Okay, 302 plus 63. Well, 302 is really close to the friendly number of 300. So this time I'm going to break it apart. 300 plus 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that 2 with this 63. Okay? And I know that I can do that because of the associative property of addition. So 300 plus 65 equals 365. Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, our kids going to know how to do this. Let me show you why I think that this is a good strategy for our kids. And the reason I think that is because of number bonds. Number bonds are just a visual that shows how numbers compose and decompose. So here this is showing that 8 is made up of a 3 and a 5. A lot of times it's a part whole is how the textbooks identify that. So here the number bond is turned sideways and we've got the whole here, the parts, and so obviously this part would be a 3. Okay, and then here's number bonds with some bigger numbers. Number bond, now their books may not call them a number bond, but that's what it is. It's a part whole model. So sometimes, and I think this is how Envision does it with this box. Okay, so here's our whole, and then we've got our two parts. Now this calls it a number bond, but it's the boxes that I think they use in Envision, and I see this a lot. So this is just a blank sheet, and we can do all the number bonds of 7 or 5 or 9 or whatever. So our students come to us familiar with number bonds with these numbers. So what we want to do is we just want to take that, what they already know, and use it for bigger numbers. If I know that 86 can be composed of a 2 and 84, well, I can put that 2 with 298, make 300, and now I add the 84, and I've got it, okay? All right, let's look at this one, 605 plus 122. All right, I know that 605 is close to 600, so what if I take 605 and I break it into 600 plus 5, and then I add that 5 with 122. Now, if you want to put it in parentheses so it looks like kind of the associative property, that's fine. It's not necessary, but you can. All right, so that would be 127, and now I've got, oops, not 600. I'm just going to scribble that out because y'all are adults. 727, okay? All right, so let's keep going. Still thinking about how those numbers are bonded together. What are the parts that make up the whole? Okay, well, I want this 495, I want it to be 500. So I'm going to break apart 234 because I need 5 of it to make this 500 over here that I want. 495. Okay, that's what I want to make 500. So if I break 234 into 229 and 5, That's a way to compose 234. Now I've got something that I can do in my head. So that would be 729. All right, let's look at another one. Okay, now this one is pushing it. All right, probably students are not automatically going to see a friendly number here. So that's why I think it's important for you to tell them, now look, all of these problems that I'm giving you when we're working topic 8, they're going to be mental math problems. So I want you to look for the way that you can do it mentally. So hopefully if they do that, they're going to look and they're going to say, well, now if I take this and I make this 100 plus 25, and I know that 25 and 75 is 100, I can just say 575 plus 25, put that together to make 600, and then I've got 100 plus 600, and that's 700. Now I've written down all of my thinking, and I'm showing how to work these problems by writing it down, and we're saying these are mental math strategies. So I do think it's important for you to talk about this with your students, to record their thinking, record your thinking, but they need to know that ultimately this is something that they can do in their head to make the math quicker and easier. Composing and decomposing numbers to make friendly numbers is a great strategy. It's flexible and it builds number sense, but it doesn't work for every problem. So I do think that it's important for you to express to your students that for topic 8, you are on purpose picking problems that work well for the strategy of making a friendly number. And then when you get to topic 9 and you start talking more about place value and the algorithm, you can model looking at a problem and saying, okay, do I see a friendly number? No, I don't. So let's use a different strategy. But make sure the students understand that for this topic, our whole purpose is to practice and get to where we can do some of the math in our head. Hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.